If there is one animal that scares me, it is bears. Bears don't care about your hiking plans, your camping trip, or the fact that you thought bringing a snack was a good idea. When they show up, you either run, freeze, or instantly regret every life choice that led you here. Let me prove it to you. Driving through the jungle sounds fun until a massive bear charges straight at the car, leaps onto the windshield, and slams it like he's collecting a debt. The driver panics, hits the accelerator, and speeds off, but not before the bear cracks the glass with one final hit. This mother bear wasn't asking for her fishing spot back. She took it. She charges at the male bear, no hesitation, and he instantly gets the message. He backs off. Now, with the water all to herself, she stands there, focused, waiting. Then, bam, one quick lunge, and she snatches a fish straight from the water with her mouth. Nothing ruins one's sleep like waking up to a bear trying to evict you from your own tent. This guy wakes up, hears a noise, unzips his tent, and boom, a massive bear is right outside. He slams it shut like that'll actually stop a bear. The bear starts messing with the tent, trying to tear it apart while the guy inside starts screaming like it's going to help. Eventually, the noise works and the bear disappears. I'm telling you, women have some kind of special power. Doesn't matter if it's humans or animals. The effect is the same. These two massive bears went full-on WWE, attacking each other like it was a title match. And the reason for their fight was apparently a female. Bears, humans, same story, some things never change. I never thought I would see a bear taking a wrong turn and ending up in someone's kitchen, looking just as confused as the owner who walked in to check. Before the guy even processes what's happening, the bear lunges at him, knocking him down. The bear panics, the owner panics, and suddenly, they both take off in opposite directions, like cartoon characters. This polar bear was having the best day of his life when he spotted a female, and you could just tell he thought he was the guy. Strolling over all confident, probably thinking he's about to seal the deal. She plays along, leads him to a nice spot, and boom, just when he thinks he's won, another male bear enters the chat. Now it's no longer date night, it's fight night. These two go at it. After a brutal showdown, our guy wins. But now he's limping, covered in wounds, and not looking like the smooth operator he started out as. Still, he tries to go back to the female, expecting a warm welcome. But suddenly, she's not interested. If bears had a fight club, this would be round one. Two grizzlies stand tall, roaring like they're trying to outdo each other in a screaming contest. No punches yet, just a classic, "Bro, you wanna go?" standoff. Then one shoves the other, and that's it. The gloves are off. They lunge, paws start flying, claws are out, and suddenly, it's a full-blown showdown. One gets slammed to the ground like he just lost a bet he really shouldn't have made. No refs, no rules, just pure dominance. Here we have two bears minding their own business until a third one decides he's got a problem with that. He creeps up from behind and launches an attack. Suddenly, it's an all-out battle right by the river, with water splashing and claws swinging like it's a high-budget action movie. They're on their feet, gripping each other like two wrestlers who refuse to tap out. One bear gets slammed to the ground, pinned by the neck, looking exhausted. But giving up isn't in the bear rulebook. Just when it seems over, the fallen bear makes a comeback, fighting through exhaustion and injuries, including a torn leg. This isn't just a quick scuffle, these two are in it for the long haul. They crash into the water, take a breather, then come right back out for round two. Now they're fighting near the trees, both bloodied, both refusing to let go. At this point, It's less about winning and more about who gives up first. And judging by this fight, that's not happening anytime soon. Bears don't just attack people, they attack anything that annoys them. And this video proves that. This wedding had it all: romance, a scenic view, and a grizzly bear casually turning the river into a hunting ground. While the couple dreamed of cake, the bear was securing real dinner, flipping a moose like it was nothing. The wedding party? Frozen, watching their big day turn into National Geographic Live. 2 giant bears, 1 piece of land, and a whole lot of attitude. One's already there, enjoying his spot, when the other strolls in like he owns the place. Bad idea. The first bear charges, no hesitation, and now it's a fight. But after all that, the original bear just walks off like, not worth it. Meanwhile, the other bear is left standing there, probably wondering why he even showed up. I've seen tigers scare animals, but a bear scaring a tiger, that's new. This guy is stuck out in the snow, and 2 polar bears are here to say hello, and maybe make a meal of him. He goes ham with the sticks and defends himself, successfully. This is the perfect example of a bear not even trying and still winning. These wolves were peacefully munching on their kill until the bear strolls in like it owns the place and their kill. The wolves step up, thinking they have a chance, and the bear gives them the tiniest teaser of its power. Instant regret. They back off fast. And the best part? That smug little smirk on the bear's face. Nothing screams bad decisions like laughing at a bear cub messing with your dog. These guys are chilling, recording, acting like it's a cute little standoff. The cub runs, comes back, and they're still laughing until Mama Bear shows up. That's when reality slaps them in the face. 1 second, it's all fun and games. The next, they are dead. This sloth bear really thought it was the main character. It bursts out of the woods, ready to start drama, while the leopard just stares, blinks, and walks off like it has better things to do. The sloth bear stands there, probably wondering why its big moment got ignored. If anything, this was less of a fight and more of an awkward social interaction that ended before it even started. A bear starts moving toward a man, curious and closing the distance. The man reacts instantly, and just like that, the bear shifts from interested to not worth it. It hesitates for a moment, but then takes off running. If confidence alone could get you dinner, this polar bear would be feasting. He storms into a walrus herd like he owns the place, locks onto a pup, and goes straight for the neck. But the walrus barely reacts. The bear tries again, and again. Still nothing. At this point, he's just embarrassing himself. He charges at more walruses, but they all shrug him off like an annoying mosquito. Desperate, he drags one into the water, thinking he finally won, only for it to slip away like a bad investment. So the moral of the story? Hunger doesn't always mean success, and overconfidence won't fill your stomach. The Dumbest Idiot Award goes to this person. He sees a bear walking around in the jungle, and his first thought is, why not go and kick it? What is wrong with you, man? Our moron sneaks up, lands a good kick, and then it's time for karma. The bear turns around, looks at its assaulter, and thinks for a bit. Yup, time to teach a lesson. A quick chase and our staring idiot is running and tripping. If there's one thing you don't want testing your car's durability, it's a polar bear. These guys are chilling in the Arctic when a massive bear strolls up and decides their vehicle looks interesting. Meanwhile, these guys just sit there, recording, fully trusting that their old Chevy can handle it. That's not just confidence, that's a delusion. Luckily, the bear loses interest and walks off. Congratulations! You caught a bear. One mistake though, these idiots did not secure the net. The bear got out easily and then went on a rampage. It attacked one of its captors, and the guy barely held it off. Then the bear went after another, bringing the man to the ground. My wish list included watching a bear and a polar bear throw hands, but instead, I got the most aggressive friendship ever. They're rolling around, swiping at each other, maybe fighting, maybe bonding. Who even knows? If this is how they show affection, I'd hate to see an actual fight. Whatever this is, it's weirdly wholesome. This woman took a zoo trip and ended up in a polar bear enclosure. People rush to pull her out, but the rope snaps and she falls again. A bear grabs her, chaos erupts, and she even makes it worse by grabbing a stick and falling again. Somehow, she survives. Honestly, the only reason she's here to tell the story is because those bears weren't hungry enough. Two huge black bears, middle of a neighborhood, fighting like there's no tomorrow. They're on their feet, swinging at each other like it's a championship match and the homeowner just standing there, recording like this happens every Tuesday. Some hunters like to believe trees are a safe zone. This video proves otherwise. These bear cubs scale that tree like it's nothing, climbing straight toward the hunters faster than anyone could process. They sniffed around, checked the scene, and climbed back down like they owned the place. No harm done, but let's be real, if they wanted to, those hunters wouldn't have stood a chance. The neighbors had seen this moose calf before, but then the bear showed up and decided it was mealtime. It attacked, took the calf down, and by the time it was done, there was barely anything left, just skin. All right, I respect this guy. His door's wide open, a bear storms in, grabs his dog, and instead of freezing, he snatches his dog back, shoves a whole sofa in front of the door, and shuts the bear out. I know, this is supposed to be a bear attack, but it looks like our bear forgot who he was for a second. This fearless predator marches into a pig's home, probably expecting an easy meal, until the pig decides it's his house, his rules, and no bears allowed. This bear messed with the wrong house. First, it was the dogs going right for the poor guy, and then even the house owner joined in too. The bear had no choice but to run away. This guy locked himself in a cage, and the bear saw a free puzzle to solve. It sniffed, circled, and then went full demolition mode. The guy waves chicken like a bribe, but the bear isn't buying it. It tips the cage, shakes it, and turns it into a punching bag. Bad day to test bear strength. These dogs charged in thinking they had the upper hand, but the bear wasn't backing down. Bear versus mountain lion. Who wins? This bear came in ready to charge, but one guy ran at it. The bear definitely didn't want any part of that. This man is really something else. He sees bears approaching and grabs a stick to defend himself. The bear tackles him to the ground, but the man does not give up. This man is running like his life depends on it, because it does one thing bears take seriously, it's food. And when there's a whole whale carcass up for grabs, things get intense real fast. A group of brown bears is feasting by the river, enjoying their all-you-can-eat seafood buffet. Everything seems peaceful until one bear locks eyes on a smaller one. The little guy senses trouble and backs away, but that's not enough. The big bear charges, and chaos breaks loose. The smaller ones scramble as another bear jumps in to defend them. Now it's an all-out brawl, roaring, clawing, and towering over each other. Just when it seems never-ending, they call it quits and walk away like nothing happened. Classic bear behavior. Some people just love testing their luck, standing way too close to bears like it's a zoo exhibit. Meanwhile, the bears couldn't care less. They've got bigger problems, like full-on chasing each other through the water. One's clearly running for its life, the other's locked in. Fight or not, that's not exactly a playful tag. And these people, just standing there, recording, acting like they're watching a nature documentary instead of being in one. Look, I get it. You see a bear with her cubs, you stop to admire the National Geographic moment. But Mama Bear, she's not here for sightseeing. The second that car pulled up, she went straight into protective parent mode. This kid was out playing when the most unexpected thing happened. He came face to face with a bear. Things looked grim, that is, until the dad showed up. He stretched out his arms and walked towards the bear, scaring it off. That dad really came in just on time. Wait a minute, let me get this straight. This guy is trying to intimidate a bear with his muscles? That's weird. I think the bear agrees because it jumps out probably cringing. Never think polar bears are cute. They are deadly predators, as this kid found out. The bear lunges at the mirror, trying to make a snack out of the kid. This bear found the trail camera super interesting. First, it sniffs the camera, like a lot of sniffing. After it's done, the bear moves on to the tasting parts. Something tells me this bear thinks it is in a 5-star hotel, trying out one of those fancy dishes. The funniest part is at the end, when the bear loses interest and walks away on 2 feet. A wild ride. Go on a hike at your own risk. These hikers had no idea a bear was chasing them out of the jungle. Had I been in their place, I would need new pants. The hikers don't realize they're stalker at first, but when they do, they run away. The bear runs too, but not after the hikers. It has better things to do. This guy was just passing by when he spotted a bear crossing the road. Instead of minding his business, he had to stop and stare, because why not invade a bear's privacy? The bear wasn't having it. It charged straight out of the forest, heading for his car. This bear is not accepting captivity without a fight. It bites, pulls, and tries bending the metal, determined to break free. The cage holds up, but the effort is impressive. If frustration had a face, this bear would be the perfect example. How cute is this? The cubs climb up so fast with the ma'am right behind them. Seems like a normal video, right? Well, look closely. There is a bear chasing this skier. And the wrist? Our victim here has no idea he is being chased. Let's hope he gets away. Check out this mountain lion, which has become the hunted. It is being chased by a bear that seems to really want to eat it. The mountain lion stops to look back, and the bear keeps watching it, unfettered. The lion runs away, and the bear follows. I wonder what happened next. This guy was just walking home when a black bear tackled him out of nowhere. This guy's stuck in a tree, and the bear is right behind him. This polar bear is either the friendliest giant or the smartest hunter. A guy films from a staircase as the bear calmly moves closer, slipping its face and paw between the steps, even raising a paw like a handshake. Playful moment or the perfect setup? Hard to tell. A motorcyclist crashes in the woods, and just as he gets up, a bear charges at him. Another rider revs his engine, and somehow that's enough to make the bear back off. This bear looks like the kind you'd want to take selfies with until it reminds everyone it's still a bear. It's hanging out with its trainer. Everything seems normal. And then, out of nowhere, it lunges. Quite frankly, it doesn't look like a full attack. If this bear really wanted to take him out, there wouldn't be much left to talk about. This polar bear wasn't here to mess around. It spots people on a roof, takes off sprinting and jumps onto the woods, then climbs onto a house like it's nothing. The people are gone. Running full speed because when a bear starts coming your way, there's no thinking and just running. This guy is standing in the forest with a gun in his hands when a bear locks onto him and starts charging straight at him. He doesn't run, doesn't flinch, and just stands there aiming. The bear stops, changes direction, and then charges again. This back and forth keeps happening like the bear is testing him. Eventually, the man backs off and the bear finally holds back. If there's one thing I learned today, it's that bears don't play around. Some of these people got lucky. Some had backup, and others, well, they'll probably never look at bears the same way again. Which one do you think was the craziest? Let me know in the comments, and remember, if you see a bear, just walk away.